Hey guys, Hitman89 here, making a video for buygames.ps, and today I'm gonna show you the best third-person shooters to play in 2021. If you find this video useful, please show your support by hitting the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. Now without further ado, let me show you the first game. Outriders is an online-only action RPG with some of the most inconsistent graphics you'll see in a long time. I mean, it tends to look like a next-gen title most of the time, and then, out of nowhere, you'll see a character that looks like it straight up came out of a 2005 game. And I usually don't like looter shooter games because I find the enemies so dumb they make the whole game boring, but Outriders can be pretty tough at times, especially if you're surrounded by enemies, and even if you pick the Devastator, which is the tank class, you still have to get behind cover and use your special abilities to take down the most threatening enemies first, otherwise you wouldn't last 10 seconds in the open. Oh, and another thing I like about the game is that not only the weapons look great, but most importantly, they're highly customizable. So this is an online-only game that can be played with up to 2 friends or with random people, but you could also play it solo like I did and still have tons of fun. But the bosses are just bullet sponges, so if that's not your cup of tea, then you might find the second game more interesting. Control came out in 2019, but the Ultimate Edition was released last year. Too bad it's not a free upgrade though, cause in my opinion that's what it should have been. Anyways, the game's got impressive graphics, an intriguing story, and awesome physics. Seriously, the physics on this game are so good you'll spend more time shooting the environment than the actual enemies. And with your telekinesis powers, you can lift and throw all kinds of objects, which makes the combat system even more fun. If you own a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, then I highly recommend you get the Ultimate Edition since it has a 60 FPS mode as well as a ray tracing mode at 30 FPS, and it also includes all the DLCs. Now if you're on PS4 or Xbox One, then just get the regular edition for cheap and enjoy this awesome game if you haven't already. And now let's move on to the next game on my list. Don't let the visual style fool you. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart isn't just for kids. As a matter of fact, it can be pretty challenging at times. By the way, this is a TPS platformer and it's one of the most beautiful games you can play in 2021. Tell me this doesn't look like an animation movie. And the seamless transitions from cutscenes to gameplay make the whole thing even more impressive. So on Rift Apart you've got tons of upgradable weapons which add a lot of variety to the gameplay, and the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers make each weapon feel and play different. You have a large variety of cool moves like teleporting, jumping, dashing, and gliding that you can combine to have some parkour action. You will obviously play as Ratchet, but Rift Apart introduces new characters like Rivet, who's basically the female version of Ratchet. You will also be able to play as Clank in certain levels, and there are some virus elimination sequences where you play as this cute spider robot called Glitch. Keep in mind the game is only 7 hours long, which in my opinion is way too short for a $70 game, but it's your money so you're free to spend it however you like. Moving on to the fourth game on my list, Gears 5 came out in 2019 on Xbox One and in 2020 on Series X and S. It's an action-packed, gory cover shooter with a campaign that can be played with up to 2 friends and with tons of multiplayer modes that will keep you entertained for a very long time. For example, there is a 3-player co-op mode called Escape, where you have to plant a bomb inside a swarm hive and get out alive. And if that doesn't sound like something you want to play, then you could just go with the regular versus modes like Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, etc. One thing I know for sure is that Gears 5 is the type of game I always keep coming back to. Last but certainly not least, at number 5 we have The Last of Us Part 2, the only third-person shooter that keeps me on the edge of my seat every time I play it. Cause unlike most games, it doesn't make you feel super powerful and doesn't just let you run and gun like you're invincible. It makes you take your time and plan your moves before every fight, especially since ammo is rare here, so if you go guns blazing, you'll feel great in that moment, but the following encounter, you'll find yourself forced to use stealth and melee, or you won't make it. By the way, can we take a few seconds to acknowledge how beautiful this game is? This has to be the best looking next-gen game. It's breathtaking visually, but also in terms of gameplay. It looks like a series of cutscenes, except you're the one actually playing the game and making everything happen. But the story won't satisfy everyone, especially the die-hard fans, that's for sure. Regardless of the criticism it received, in my opinion, The Last of Us Part 2 is a must-have. And that's gonna be it for the best third-person shooters to play in 2021. If you wanna get any of the games I showed you for cheap, cheap, please head over to buygames.ps, the best website that sells PlayStation and Xbox games for incredibly low prices, and they're the only ones that offer a lifetime warranty on all of their products. Their link is in the description, so check them out. I hope you find this video useful, hit the like button if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's been Hitman89, see you guys very soon.